It's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Pat, it's the citywide special. Paul Reed is back. Daryl Morey matches Utah's offer sheet in the final hours to keep the fan favorite in a Sixers uniform. James Harden's situation remains in flux. While it seems more and more likely that Harden stays in Philly, reports indicate he has not rescinded his trade request. The Flyers signed 2021 draft pick Alexei Kolosov to a 3-year entry-level contract. The Belarusian goalie will play the season in the KHL. The Flyers also signed Cam York and Noah Cates to 2-year extensions. The Phillies entered the All-Star break off a disappointing series versus the Marlins. Nick Castellanos and Craig Kimbrell helped lead the National League to victory in the Midsummer Classic for the first time in 11 years. The San Francisco 49ers are still mad. All that and more coming up right now. How's it going, fellas?
So far, so good. Another week. Good to be back here with you fellas. It's still pretty hot here, but dry, which is nice. We got Beyonce in town. The city feels a little lively, which is nice to see every now and then. I feel like it's a lot more exciting of a crowd than it was for T Swift, but yeah, good to be back. Feels good.
Yeah, city certainly feels alive. I don't know about me, man. I'm lacking some juice. I was out past my bedtime 2 nights in a row, man.
What did you do
On
last?
school nights?
Yeah. So on Sunday, right? Sunday was supposed to go see Erykah Badu at the main.
Mm-hmm.
Then it just monsooned.
Oh man, that was nuts.
And went out, got dinner with Lewis and Hannah. Shout out Lewis and Hannah, our friend Kelsey and her friend from med school. We went out for dinner. Then we looked at our phones and see the show was canceled or rescheduled. So we were like, all right, let's go out and have a couple drinks. I was out till midnight on a Sunday. I haven't done that in, I was going to say years, probably months. But
since the playoffs.
Since the Super Bowl. But then, so Monday, the show gets rescheduled. So I'm like, shit, I got to stay out again. So yeah, we stayed out. We stayed out again, and it was a great show. Erykah Badu was awesome, looked great, sounded great. The Mann Center is an awesome venue. Mm-hmm. You can see the whole skyline from there, man.
I haven't been there in a long time.
It's a beautiful
I saw
venue.
Dr. Dog there like years ago.
Yeah, it was my first time there in like 12 years or something like that. But cool venue. Getting out of there is literally hell. Like just driving there.
You're kind of middle of nowhere transportation wise. Like you're
I remember
I
walked it because I didn't drive there, but I went there with people. So I
walked?
I took whatever the closest L stop was and walked all the way from there. It was a long ass walk.
See, I was considering that on Sunday night.
It wasn't bad. I mean, it was like whatever.
We were waiting for
plenty of time, but
we were waiting for an Uber for like 15-20 minutes. I was like, shit,
you gotta walk away. You gotta walk like a couple blocks.
I was too tired because I stayed out so late the night before. Mm-hmm. So yeah, needless to say, a couple late nights for your boy, and trying to get the juice back, trying to get the energy back, but feeling good. Hold up, I gotta ask y'all, right? What time do you, Trevor? I know you probably stay up late. What time y'all usually go to bed?
I try to be at least in bed by like 10.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah,
I cannot go to bed before midnight.
What?
Can't do it.
And you're up at what point?
If I have to go in like the office, I'm up at like 7:15. If I'm not, then though now I try to go for a walk before work when I'm at home, so I still try to get up around then. But yeah, I can't. If I like go to bed earlier than that, I'll just wake up at like 3 a.m. and not be able to get back to sleep. Like I just can't. It can't be done.
7 hours max. That's it. You can get when you're asleep.
So what do you do?
Much, yeah.
Like if you like, I usually go to bed about the same time, like 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. What do you do if you're like up past like?
Just whatever the same things I always do in my free time. I don't know. I fucking
watch a show.
Yeah. If it's like a weeknight, I'm usually try to do some kind of exercise for a while, then make dinner, eat that, and watch something on the TV. If there's a game on, I'll watch that, and then afterwards, put on a movie, maybe something like that. But yeah, I just can't go to bed that early.
Office days, I'm up at 5:30. So if I'm in bed by 10, I don't mind waking up early to go in because once I'm up ready to roll. But as long as I'm in bed by 10, I fall asleep around by 11 because, you're on your phone or, like, I'll play a little video game here and there. And then just kind of, you feel the eyes getting heavy. You're like, all right, I'm ready to shut them down for a little bit. But usually in bed by 10. But very little, especially this time of year, like summertime. I don't usually stay up too late during the week that way. But then in the winter and fall, I feel like it's harder to kind of get, because it's dark by 4, so you're kind of fucked up that way. We're like, here, at least you're up, you're outside, you have plenty of stuff to do after work. Yeah. But I try to be 10 o'clock is usually the cutoff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in bed by 10, usually messing around on my phone, looking at TV or watching TV or whatever.
Just looking at it.
Just look at it. I don't turn it on.
Look at that great TV.
Yeah, like, I'll just look at the blank screen.
The screen looks nice.
But yeah, like usually in bed by 10, asleep by 11. But yeah, these past couple nights been late nights. But hey, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the new Mission Impossible movie last night.
Nice.
That shit fucking ruled. Was
it good?
Yeah, it was really good. I started watching all of them last 2, like, before July after the kickball got rained out. I went home and started watching them. So I watched every single Mission Impossible movie in a week, including the new one that just came out. Good movies. Good stuff.
What was the best one?
I think the first one... The
first one's banging.
Yeah, the first one, the 6th one, and then this one that just came out, I think are all on the same top tier level. And then like 4 and 5 are like the next level down. And then 2 and 3 are kind of mid.
This one got apparently really good reviews.
Yeah, it's sick.
You have to check it out.
Good to see Tom Cruise doing some cool stuff.
He's a wild man.
Good shit.
As long as he's not trying to sell me into his church.
Yeah, I mean,
yo, he's what, a
Scientologist.
Yeah, right. That's what
it is. The poster child for that shit.
That's so weird.
There's a lot of freaks out there, but not many of them will scale down the Burj Khalifa or drive a motorcycle off a cliff or something. So I can appreciate Tom Cruise for what he gives back to the community.
I mean, he's like an alien, too, that way. He still looks in incredible shape.
Right,
yeah. He's ageless. It's very odd. It's too weird.
I seen a picture of him the other day. I was like, damn. He looks good for his age.
You literally can't guess his age. I mean, what is he, almost...
I think he's
above
like
50. I thought he's 60.
He's
got to be in his 50s at least.
Yeah, he's got to be in his late 50s.
He's pushing 60.
Might even be getting up there towards 60.
Which is like, looking at him, you could not tell.
Yeah, he's a complete
It doesn't make
psycho.
any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, 61. Jesus.
Damn, that's what I'm saying.
He looks good.
That makes no sense. It's that Scientology shit. The brainwashing is.
Maybe we all need to become Scientologists then.
I don't know, man, about that.
That's absurd, man.
Probably
Look
more
at this guy.
like having tons of money and,
and
being able to... See, he can go to bed at midnight and sleep till whatever late he wants unless he's working on something.
Yeah, but there's like athletes that don't look that good. It's weird how young he looks at 61. Something ain't adding up.
And then he's getting all those thetans out. We the thetans are still inside our bodies, eating away at us. You gotta get to level 3, level 4. Then you learn how to stay young forever.
Maybe it doesn't
that's
poop.
how it works. What?
Maybe it doesn't shit.
That seems like it would have the opposite effect.
Yeah,
if you just had months of backed up
It'd
shit.
just be seeping out of your pores, man. Skin would get all
he's
dry.
He's not retaining shit. He's just kind of like, present. You know what I mean? Never really seen that man. Have you ever seen the man eat?
Personally, no.
I've never been at a restaurant with him.
I think I've only seen him in the movies, Pat.
Never
hung out with Tom Cruise.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying he doesn't eat and therefore he doesn't poop?
I've seen a picture of Denzel eating a hot dog. I've never seen Tom Cruise eat anything. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Something to look into. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure he eats, man. You don't live 61 years not eating.
That's Scientology shit.
I see like a Google search for Tom Cruise eating, but these pictures all look like they were like those weird AI
Photoshop
photos. It's just like,
maybe Pat's onto something.
Yeah,
he's biting into a live cow. What the fuck?
They got to get all these weird AI, Though it might just be part of like the celebrity thing. You don't want to, these guys don't want to be seen
being
eating.
human. Well, anyway.
So, what's going on with sports?
We're in that absolute dead
Not much.
zone. Yeah.
It's literally the calmest sports day of the year, like post baseball All-Star game. Obviously, no football for a couple weeks yet. We have NBA Summer League if you care for that.
Yeah.
Nothing going on with hockey.
Nothing really happened anywhere. The Wimbledon's on, but it's the same 4 guys winning this shit all the time. There's a couple people. I think a Ukrainian chick is actually in the finals.
Oh, represent your people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There was a Russian chick that was, I think, as it stands, I think a Ukrainian beat a Russian girl to advance to the finals for the women's side. But
The Wagner group got her.
yeah. But it really is a dead zone in sports that way, which is kind of tough. But it'll pick back up once it gets going.
Yeah, the All-Star game was last night.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, did you guys watch it?
Yeah, I watched most of it.
A little bit.
I caught the end
Mm-hmm.
after the fucking the movie. Saw Craig Kimbrell get the saves. That was cool. I
Good
guess.
showing from the Phils, which is nice to see. Castellanos had a good day. Kimbrell had a great save, great finish. It's 9th All-Star game.
Yeah.
So that's impressive. He's up there with, I think only 10 or 15 other pitchers that have had that many.
Yeah, and Juan Soto took the plane back with the Phillies.
Oh, he did?
He did, yes.
Because I saw that they were saying the Phillies offered. I saw a few people tweeted the Phillies offered him to fly back.
Yeah.
Because we play the
play him
Padres.
on Friday.
Yeah. Damn, future Philly Juan Soto.
Yeah,
Get 'em all fucked
the
up.
irons are in the fire, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them home.
What kind
Just
of...
recreating the the Nats from a few years ago, basically.
Hey, I'll take
worked.
it, man.
Yeah, I'll take it for a
he's
win.
He's a power-hitting outfielder, which is what the Phillies need. What kind of contract is he on, though?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I know he re-signed.
I thought he signed a pretty big one
for a very long time. I don't think we can.
Yeah, I mean, unless the
Padres
are
only
still
kind
trying
of
to
bad
contend
this year. They'll be good in future years.
They have a solid team around them, but Juan Soto with this team, you have a nice little weekend with the boys. People are chirping in his ear for sure to come here and play.
Yeah.
They're like, have you seen Schwarber? We need you out
Yeah.
there.
No, he's actually only on a 1-year deal.
What?
Okay.
He's only, you must have, he re-signed
It's confirmed.
because he's still so young, so he was like arbitration eligible. He avoided
Jesus.
arbitration with a 1-year extension.
He's
1
coming
year,
to the
23
Phillies.
million. So
So he's an expiring contract.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
He's coming
So,
here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
We'll see.
wow.
Pretty much a
The
bet.
other name I've heard thrown around recently is from the Cardinals, Nolan Arenado.
He's a little older, though, right?
I thought so.
Yeah,
What kind of contract? He's on some crazy deal, right? Although I thought Juan Soto was, and maybe Arenado isn't.
Yeah, so he is signed through the 2026 season.
That's not too far. How old is he? 34? 35?
Let me see.
It's like, nah, he's not older than me. He's
I
probably
don't think he's
younger
that
than me.
old. He's 32.
Okay. So he's probably got a couple more good
But
years left.
the Cardinals did say today, I think it was their GM, said that they are going to be selling at the deadline. So he most likely will be available.
I mean, David Ortiz asked him, how are you getting back? Juan Soto says, Phillies are taking care of me. He's coming to the Phillies next year.
Or this year.
They could do it.
If they,
I'd be hard-pressed to see him play us in the rematch of the NLCS, and then we get him. It'd be poetic if we swept them, and then he just stayed
that's
in
what I was
Philly.
going to say. What if we sweep them or take 2 out of the 3 and push them further back in the standings, and they know he's probably not going to sign with them, and they're willing to trade him?
I mean, as we've seen before, the Phillies don't mind paying any amount of money for a win-now kind of player, and this guy would immediately fill a gap.
Yeah, I mean, you put him in right, put Castellanos in left.
Put Schwarber as DH.
Because he's a better right fielder than Castellanos is. Schwarber at DH, Bryce plays first. Your lineup is very
Then we can get rid of Hall.
lefty heavy. Yeah, we can get rid of your boy. The lineup's very lefty heavy, but it'd be very interesting. You'd have a lot of power.
So
We
you'd have
always say that.
Castellanos in left, Swamp Man in center. You'd have Soto in right, Schwarber DH, Harper at first. I mean, that lineup on paper is. If you can't win with that team, I don't see. This would be the most stacked team in recent years in the in MLB in total.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lefty-heavy lineup when you figure Marsh, Stott, Soto, Schwarber, Bryce, but at the same time...
Didn't hurt him last year. I mean, you only really added Soto to that lineup. Everybody else was here last year. They hit just fine in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's
Harper took a nasty hit before the All-Star
that
break.
is true.
That was a scary little hiccup there, right in the elbow without any pad. But all X-rays came back negative, which is good. Which always throws me off because I feel like when you hear the word negative, you're like, shit. Like, they're like, the X-ray came back negative. I'm like, fuck. And then I read it. I'm like, okay. Yeah. We're good to go that way. That's positive news, but I understand it. So we need Dean here. He would know instantly. Guys, settle down. It's okay.
Dean, I already told you this, but when someone suffers a serious injury, you're going to be a guest on the pod. No questions asked.
He needs to be on call, like at the hospital.
Yeah, we got you on call just like the hospital. Dean, Bryce Harper's elbow's shattered. We need you to come on the pod and talk about it.
It's like when they used to roll into like TV thing in school. We would just roll in like a little Zoom call with Dean. All right, Dean, just in. We need to hear an update on someone's ACL. That's going to happen at some point this year.
Dean, we need you to talk about Derek Hall's torn thumb ligament.
Yeah, how much of a bitch was he really? And how serious was it is? Give me 1 month with that injury and see if I can't hit a ball.
I don't think he could.
I bet you. Now, time out. In relation to the level of my play, you know what I mean? You can't give me an MLB pitcher like he did.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't give you someone throwing 100.
You guys should be throwing the ball. I bet you can hit a couple dingers. Maybe not a home run, but for what I am.
I got a pretty nice changeup, man. I don't know.
I'm more of a, small ball. I'm not hitting no home runs. I'd be like...
So I can still
I'd be like Mookie Betts in the home run derby.
lay down a mean bunt even with his thumb tear.
I'd be like Mookie Betts in the home run derby. He was down by like 15 home runs with a minute left, and they interviewed her. They're like, so what does your husband need to do to like get in there? She's like, I just hope he has fun out there. Like she knew he wasn't hitting shit. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Get rid of Hall, have Harper at first. I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what the Phillies end up doing with the trade.
I also just don't think they're doing anything, to be honest with you. I
really?
don't think. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they just started hitting a gel, and we've seen how long it takes guys to get into a rhythm here. Even looking at last year with Castellanos, like he was good, but not all-star. This year, he finally came into it. Turner took 3 months. Like we don't really have that kind of time to have somebody get comfortable in a system, which again to me that makes no sense in baseball because
baseball it doesn't.
But it does. Like you can see it. Like for some reason, it does take guys a long time to get comfortable with a new team. But you're staying in the same.
You have to get used to the air quality.
Well, it makes no fucking sense. You're staying in the same conference. You're seeing the same fucking pitchers. Like but I just don't see him making a move. I would love it, but I don't see it happening.
You don't see them making any move.
I don't see them making any move like that, like a Goldschmidt, a Soto, Ohtani. I'm ready to make a bet here now, but I'm just saying, no flash in the pan.
I mean, it's definitely tougher these days. There's not as many huge trades at the deadlines there used to be, just because there's more playoff spots, there's more teams in it.
Right.
So
you get do they have a play-in? You got a little play-in now, or a wild card.
Yeah,
there's like the wild card is functionally the play-in.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that they don't make any big move before the deadline.
I mean, I could see them doing something, right? Like, I think that for the Phillies, what they need most is a power hitting right-handed bat, preferably one that can play the outfield.
Which would have been Goldschmidt. I feel like he isn't here already.
But he can't play the outfield. Like they need someone that can play the outfield because you can't have Schwarber out there, man. It's
in the playoffs
so bad.
Oh my good lord! And I mean, Pache's been nice. Like when Pache hit that home run against the Marlins.
Oh yeah.
Like I was shocked. And at the same time, I didn't realize going into that at bat, he was hitting like well over 300. And not like bad. It's still a smallish sample size, but it's not that small anymore. I don't know if you can rely on him like in a playoff. You can't rely on him.
I definitely don't think you can.
He's going to get exposed.
A starter.
You can't rely on a guy to catch lightning in the bottle in the playoffs.
He's great to have for like a late game defensive replacement.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need someone like that, but that you can truly rely on that can play every day. I don't know who's available, but that's really what I think that they should be looking for.
I feel like we mentioned a guy a week or so ago that plays. I can't think of it right now. It wasn't Goldschmidt. It was a younger guy. Also, I think played with Harper or played with Trey Turner at one point.
Oh, we said Bellinger, but he's
isn't
left-handed.
Yeah, but he's outfield though. I mean, I'm not, bat wise, he wouldn't fit in that right-handed mold. But in terms of youth in the outfield, he would be a big pickup.
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
But again, I don't see them. Something tells me that they're not going to make a big move like that right now. I think they're letting them. The team's comfortable. They're playing well, even with Schwarber's fuck ups. If anything, maybe they bring Matt Painter up as a move.
Oh, Andrew Painter.
Or Andrew Painter.
What's he doesn't have a tour. He doesn't need Tommy John.
Right. I think. He had some kind of setback, and then they did more tests, and the tests were pretty positive in the good way this time.
What's more likely that we make a big move in before the deadline, or he comes up to play before the playoffs?
I think that we make a big move. I don't know if they're going to let him pitch this year if he's dealing with all this these elbow issues. Even if he doesn't need surgery, I don't know if they really want to chance it. I mean,
the bullpen's been pretty hot too.
Yeah, and like Christopher Sanchez has done fine as the number 5 starter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still think that the most likely is that they make a move, probably for a right-handed bat that can play the outfield, but I don't know who that is. We'll have to wait like another week or two for some teams to really sort of decide if they're going to sell or not.
Well, they're all chatting too this week. I mean, everybody's out there together. Rob Thompson helped that he was out there tripping with the guys and shit like that. Like they're making, it's kind of like not totally like the combine, but you have a chance to have a mid-season just kind of chit-chat, chirp around. Everyone's in good spirits, having fun. Deals are being done. I just don't know if they're ready to do that. I'd be happy, trust me, more than happy for that to happen, but I just don't see it.
So I guess that just about do it for the Phils now. I guess they had their draft.
Yeah, we got to talk about this draft. Some dude named Aiden sounds like a mayonnaise boy.
Sounds like a baseball player.
Aiden.
But to be fair, Bryson Stott kind of sounds like a mayonnaise boy, and he's been killing this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy also plays shortstop, which I guess
he projects to be a third baseman, is what people were saying.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know that the MLB draft was this week.
Neither did I. I was I just like scrolling through Twitter. It's like Phillies select Aiden, wherever the fuck, with the first draft. I was like, oh, that's happening? I got no idea.
No clue. It's not promoted. I mean, and the thing is, too, they're drafting guys that are like barely 18. I mean, you're not going to see these cats for 4 or 5 years. They're going to play in AAA,
it's like baseball.
AA.
They'll be, right.
I don't know. It's not like...
It's pretty rare that there's guys at the top of the draft that are going to be on the major league team that year or the next year.
I mean, even guys that become phenomenal players like Harper and like shit like that. I'm not like, oh my God, when he was drafted in 20, like, I don't fucking know. Like, when they get good in the MLB, but I couldn't tell you any draft pick, honestly, that has happened that I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the last, because I was like talking to some people about, because of the whole mania around Wembanyama, like when was the last time there was like a draft pick that was this highly touted? And it was like kind of Bryce Harper and Steven Strasburg, which is interesting.
Strasburg was pretty...
That's usually not the case with baseball, but they kind of were the last ones that were like, these are going to be crazy talented guys or whatever. And, they were probably only in the minors for half a season or something.
Yeah, Strasburg was pretty bananas.
So that's pretty unusual.
Like, even Aaron Nola, I remember he was drafted in 2014 and he was up like a year later, which was kind of unheard of, especially for the Phillies.
Yeah. But I guess he was a college pitcher. He was at LSU.
Yeah, like went to a great baseball school.
Yeah. I think LSU went 1 and 2 in this draft.
Yeah.
LSU produced, didn't they win the College World Series?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they produced, that's a baseball school. So Aaron Nola coming out of there, it's like, yeah, this guy won't need much minors time, but
but most of the guys that we get are from like
they're high school guys
or bumblefuck some college like in the middle of Missouri. You're like, all right, cool.
We got to do like Howie to start really studying the SEC, man. Or in baseball's case, you can study Cal too.
Yeah, it's just like
definitely
California, Texas. It's where like half the American baseball players come from. I feel like, or Florida too.
Yeah, but hey.
Or out of the country, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Like an Ohtani.
Yeah. You guys are looking at... I mean, Cuba had 2 2 or 3 guys in the home run derby.
Yeah.
I mean, Dominican Republic is always popping off.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I would start fucking looking. I don't need another Bryce or Derek or,
Need some wands.
Bryson. Yeah, let me get the cool fucking cats that just absolutely dominate the ball. Let me get a big Poppy.
Yeah, where's our next Ranger Suarez?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
fuck yeah.
But yeah, I mean, MLB draft, had no idea what was happening. They had it going on during the home run derby. Who the hell does that, man?
Was it really? I thought it was the night before.
Was it the night before?
I think it was the night before, yeah.
Still, it's the All-Star break.
Yeah. It's like a weird... They
Like,
just don't
no one's paying attention.
really promote it at all. Like, you'd have to be
Was
one
it
of those...
televised?
You have to be one of those guys that just watches MLB Network all the time to know that it was going on, I think.
Who does
It probably was on MLB Network, I would imagine.
Oh, okay, well,
Just
you know what I mean? Like, that's...
You gotta have a regular-ass cable and shit.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
I have regular ass cable, but I pay too damn much and need to stop. But no, I did not watch the MLB draft on MLB Network with my regular ass cable.
Yeah.
But hey, let's power rank these, right? Power rank the 4 drafts.
The drafts.
We just do in no order, but NHL, NBA, NHL,
MLB, and
MLB,
NFL. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
my vote's got to be NFL as the number 1.
That would be mine as well.
I had NBA here.
I don't think there's if we're talking about production value, sheer instant impact, on a national scale, I think that the NFL by far is the number 1.
Maybe the first day. But the problem with the NFL draft, in my opinion, is it's too long. I'm not watching day 3.
When I'm thinking
I'm not talking.
Well, I feel like we're all just talking
day.
about the first round, right? Like, because
No.
I mean, nobody cares about the second round of the NBA draft. Not really.
Hey, that's where we got B-Ball Paul. That's where we got Shake Milton.
Yeah, but that's not like you're not like sitting around waiting all night to watch that.
No, but
day 2,
I knew a little bit about B-Ball Paul when we drafted him, and I was pretty excited about
Day 2,
that.
we got Sanders and Jalen Hurts, too. I mean, but I don't mind making like a 2-day event. The NFL draft, at least, because you watch these guys get picked, and they play almost instantly, or at least within a year. Like the NBA, they draft guys, they get traded the day of or whatever. Like, also, there's been a lot more in the NFL draft where, like, there's been day of trades where, like, we got A.J. Brown or other teams are trading up wherever. I mean, I think that
happens in the NBA too, though.
Yeah, but I think that the production, if you're just watching it, the NFL draft just seems more like a show. Like, I like the NFL draft, but that's my vote is NFL 1.
I agree. I'm an NFL 1.
You're NBA 1.
Yeah, I'll put NFL 2.
I'm putting NBA
for a lot
2.
of the same reasons that you guys brought up. It just, for me, the NFL draft is just too long.
It is too long. I'll give it that. But I think
like Roger Goodell, man, I could do without him mispronouncing names left and right and just like generally looking like an asshole.
I hate Goodell, but I do love that he gets booed every time in the first round, which is great. So like that,
true.
I like no matter what city he's in.
Well, don't they just have the teams have some guy select the it's not just Roger Goodell every time now, right?
First round it is,
first
unless
round.
there's like
No,
some
the
like
second
cancer
round's when they do
survivor.
that?
First
Oh,
round
right.
like they have like if you're in the home city and little Timmy survived testicular cancer or whatever, like all right, he'll do the draft. Or like I think maybe shout out Timmy wherever you are. Or like they did Mama Kelsey, I think, but that was like second round, I think. That wasn't even
the first round's always
First
Roger
round,
Goodell.
yeah.
But we had David Akers with an absolute fucking bomb in Dallas.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
He said, last time you guys won the Super Bowl, these picks weren't even born yet. Damn, that shit was great. Oh.
That's great.
So what do you have number 3? I have NHL. I think we're probably all NHL here, right?
NHL 3.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, like, to me, it's actually kind of, the NBA and NHL are actually kind of close. That's like, I mean, that's just because I'm a bigger hockey fan than most people, I guess. But there's just some weird things about the one thing I like about the NHL draft is that they don't have Gary Bettman announcing all the picks in the first round, which is kind of cool. And then so you have just, it's usually some former player or whatever announcing the pick, and they'll mispronounce the names half the time, which is funny.
Yeah,
It's
when
like,
the Flyers drafted Who'd they have announced the Mishkov pick? He struggled. Or no.
That was just Danny Briere. I think.
even what's it called though?
Well, when they drafted Claude Giroux, Bobby Clark like forgot what his name was and shit, and he was like had to turn around and be like, "What was his name again?" Yeah.
Even this year, someone was like,
the Canadians pick. It was
right before the Flyers.
Yeah. What's his name? The goalie. I'm blanking on his name for some reason.
He didn't know where he was.
We were watching it here, but he couldn't remember the guy's
name. His name was Reinbach. It was just Reinbacher. It wasn't that hard. Carey Price was doing it. But yeah, so I like that, and I also like the fact that they're in the NHL draft, all of the teams are just on the floor of the arena.
See, that's weird to me.
I just think it's funny. Like, there's no big like they don't like cut this some weird war room. They're all just it's like they're all like a high school cafeteria or something. They all just have their little tables,
same
set
suits.
Up.
That's what threw me off.
And then it's like trying to like make trades. They just have someone like run over to this other table and
like, how are you going to talk discreetly and talk shit on people and like?
Yeah, well, that's part of the intrigue, you know.
I did find it funny. I have MLB or NHL as the fourth, but I did find it very funny.
Really?
Yeah, because at NHL,
you have NHL third.
I have NHL third, MLB fourth. But I liked that the NHL, like, the first pick of the draft, they're up on, like, the nosebleeds. They're like, all right, come on down. You just got picked. They got, like, walk all the way down. They're not, like, sitting in, like, a booth with
it is weird. They're always, like,
in sitting, like, in regular stadium seats.
Yeah. That is pretty funny.
Damn. But, yeah, they're third.
One thing that bothers me about... So, I guess you have NBA first. We have NFL first, but then aside from that, we're all consensus. But the one thing that like kind of bothers me about the NBA draft is what drives me crazy is when there's like a trade that happens during the draft that we all know is happening, but they still go through the fucking song and dance of having the guy go up there and wear the hat.
Oh, like Mikal Bridges.
They have him sit there wearing the hat of the team that everyone knows he's not going to.
Everyone's happy as shit.
And just kind of do this weird charade and then like 20 minutes later, Adam Silver comes up and announces the trade. It's like, why are you waiting this long to just fucking say what's going on?
Yeah,
I don't understand why they don't do that.
It's weird that they wait for like the other team's pick. They wait for the second team involved's pick, even though it could be 10 picks away, to then announce the trade. Instead of just saying like they swap picks, they pick them and we got their pick. You know what I mean? Like it's a fucked up
like
thing.
In hockey and football, they just do that all the time. They just like come up, they'll like come and be like, a trade has been announced, blah blah blah. Like
it just has such a more. I just think the rhythm of it. I mean, you know, but obviously I'm biased.
If we were ranking it by fits, then it would definitely be NBA first.
I don't even know though, because the NFL's
got some good fits.
I think that's a tight one too.
Yeah,
I mean NHL and they're almost just even at last. I don't think we could even compare NHL to
MLB and
fits.
NHL.
Like
I've never seen an MLB fit.
I don't think the players are even there.
Yeah, I was going to say I've never seen the players.
Their players aren't there.
I saw the video of the first pick.
He's like the NHL players are there, and they're like, you know, just wearing like generic, very nice, good fitting suits and stuff, but nothing like wild.
They wear a plain suit. Where like the NBA and NFL, they're stunting on people. They got shit. That I like that.
I mean, they're also the leagues that pay. Baseball pays more money if you're a star, but the NBA and NHL. The NBA and NFL, those guys are like, damn, I'm about to make some real money. I'm going to ball out on this suit.
First round pick, you're going to make you at least a millionaire right off the jump, as long as you don't do anything fucking stupid. But yeah, love the NFL draft.
So should we talk a little Sixers here? Speaking of the NBA draft.
Yeah, we can pivot on over to some Sixers.
So B-Ball Paul, the big news, he is back, baby. After all the speculation and fears, I feel like the consensus with most people was that they were not going to match this when it was first announced that Utah had Reed sign an offer sheet with them for, what was it, 3 years, $24 million, $8 million a year. But at, what was it, like 10:30 or something, I think.
Yeah, it
came down to the wire.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's usually how these things go, because you figure you want to, leave the other team tied up with that cap.
That's exactly what they were
You don't let them do anything that whole time. And, but yeah, that was definitely a relief. I'm excited to see what they do with B-Ball Paul. I think with Nick Nurse, they're definitely going to be trying him out at the 4, maybe even have him share the 4 with Embiid. Yeah, but a great vibes guy, one of the few real high energy guys on the team for a team that's so slow. He's like the one guy that you put in the lineup and like gives you an instant like boost of energy and some quickness and stuff. And it would have been so fucking shitty if that one guy is also no longer here.
One of the few homegrown talents of him and Maxey, the few homegrown talents of the last 5 years. You can't let him walk like that. You drafted him the 58th pick in the draft, and you're just going to let him go? Like, you did all this time, spent all this time, vested all of this in developing this guy, and you just let him go for that?
Especially when you haven't really made a major move yet anyway. Like, you have money. Yeah. You haven't really you haven't broken the bank yet for anything. Yeah. So it's going to bring it back. I think it's odd note that we have 4 big men.
Oh, don't even get me started.
You got Montrezl Harrell back. I mean, that was absurd. You got Mo Bamba now, and you got B-Ball Paul and Embiid, which, if they're looking like a more fast-paced team, maybe you need that for rotational value, but I don't really... You got a lot of big boys up in there right now.
Yeah, so here's the depth chart. So at point guard, shooting guard, you can kind of use these guys interchangeably. You have Harden, Pat Bev, Maxey, Melton, Springer, for whatever that's worth. At small forward and power forward, you have Toby, Daniel House, Furkan, who I forgot was still on the team.
Yeah. I forgot he was there too.
Still hasn't had that trade request come through for him.
And then PJ Tucker. So you have the same number of forwards as you have centers, because at center you have Embiid, B-Ball Paul, Mo Bamba, and Harrell. That's 13 spots in an NBA roster. Going to have 15 players. So almost 1/3 of their roster is going to be centers, even if they fill those other 2 spots. They're going to have to play 2 big men out of necessity.
Yeah. I think they'll have to figure it out.
I mean, you figure you got 2 young centers, so you got Paul Reed and you got Mo Bamba. So unless their rotation is like Mo Bamba and Embiid, and then you put Montrez and B-Ball Paul, if you're doing 2 and 2. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, Montrez didn't really do...
Mo Bamba's a stretch 5.
Yeah, he shot like 30 to 39% from 3 the last couple of years. His last 2 full seasons. So he can, in theory, play with Embiid or could play with B-Ball Paul. It's just... How are you going to guard like a Jason Tatum? You're going to put Furkan on Jason Tatum? Like, get the hell out of here. You're going to put Jaden Springer on Jason Tatum?
Unless you put Pat Bev.
Hey, maybe.
He's too small. I don't know how you guard some of these wings, man. I'm glad they brought B back.
Size doesn't really matter, though. Pat Bev is a little bit of a...
score more points than the other team.
Yeah, I mean, the East... I don't know.
The East got weaker overall. Like, I don't want to spend too much time talking about that, but...
But we didn't necessarily get better, and we're not shit anyway, so, like, it doesn't really matter if the East got weak or not.
I mean, the Celtics, I think, got worse by giving up Smart. And,
definitely.
Who else did they lose? Oh, Grant Williams.
Grant Williams, yeah.
I like
the Celtics got a lot worse, or I shouldn't say a lot worse. They got worse. The Bucks, Giannis had this, like, knee surgery that kind of went under the mic, like, went under the radar.
Older. The only thing they brought back, now they got both Lopez's there, which is
Brooke Lopez is one of the best players in the league.
Now they got the goofy one. Now they just got Brock, which is like whatever. But I think that we don't really have a leg to stand on in terms of...
I think we'll still end up being a top 3 or 4 team in the conference, and then just a matter of showing up in the playoffs, which maybe Nick Nurse helps us do that.
I just hope we're top 5.
But you know what we are going to show up in is the new in-season tournament.
Yes, this is
I'm so convinced that the Sixers will win this tournament, and then we will lose in the first round of the playoffs. Just feels like if I could bet on that right now, I would.
It's the most Philly thing to do, so I think that would be a good take to have.
So we're in a group with Atlanta, Cleveland, Indy, and Detroit. Pretty good. I mean,
it should be pretty easy to come out of that group. It's a pretty easy.
Fuck yeah, they got nobody. I mean, Cleveland might be your hardest.
They definitely are out of those.
Of what you got there. Boston's grouping. I know they at least have what they got. Boston. They got Miami. I don't know who else is in that bracket, but those two alone beat everybody else.
Yeah,
There's
they'll
no
beat
other
up on
duo.
each other, yeah.
I don't know who Milwaukee has, but yeah, we made out pretty easy. I don't know what, it's just to fill the void of, mid-season basketball or what have you, but.
Yeah, I think I kind of like it from that perspective, right? Like, because those November games,
Yeah.
I can't get excited about a game against the Atlanta Hawks on a Tuesday in November, but now I might be able to a little bit.
Well, I think it's really just built for the gamblers out there in the world to just have us be more excited about watching that.
Yeah, that's true. You're going to be able to place bets on who wins that tournament, even though they're still regular season games.
First one ever. That shit's got to be popping
now
off.
that like all these leagues have a million like gambling sponsorships or whatever, it's probably like, what can we do to give people more things to bet on?
Let's make a mid-season tournament. Fuck yeah. People
Who
are
wins
in.
the mid-season tournament MVP?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama. That big payout. Call it right now.
I don't think that he'll win it, but hey, we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, like, I guess the idea behind the tournament, it's kind of gimmicky, but I'm not a soccer guy, a European soccer guy, Trevor. Is there this sort of thing, like there's this tournament in European soccer leagues?
Yeah, they have a couple different ones. Like the big one is the Champions League in European soccer. That's, depending on what league, there's different ways to qualify for it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's like a tournament that goes on, but that like goes on through the whole season. Like there's a same sort of thing. There's a group stage and then goes to a knockout stage. But that's like a thing where, because they're only playing like one game a week or whatever. So it's not like this where they're just regular season games this is like a separate tournament entirely. So this is different in that way, but I do kind of like that because originally I thought that when they first were announcing this, I thought it was going to be like a separate
more games,
and I was like, that seems kind of crazy to me. But this is kind of I'm kind of into it. Adds a little bit of intrigue to some games that you might not care about as much otherwise. So whatever.
Yeah, I'll definitely take it. And then, like for the team that wins it all, those players get paid $500,000. Like for someone like Embiid that's making $50 million a year, that's not much. But you try saying to like Jaden Springer, like, damn, dude, you're about to get 500 more grand. He's gonna try his ass off. So I think there could be some parity in the sense that some teams are probably gonna load manage their stars through this, and some of the younger teams are gonna have players that like really play hard
as shit. Yeah.
That $500,000 for them is like 20% of their paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could be like the Orlando Magic ends up winning it or something.
Could you imagine? What other Sixers stuff? Oh, we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up Harrell.
Montrez, baby,
they brought
he's back.
Because last week when we recorded, they did the Bamba signing.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a shoo-in for him to be out.
The next day, they bring back Montrez.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was furious, man.
Makes
I don't really
understand the move at all.
I mean, it's almost like they were preparing to lose Reed, and we're like, we have to have somebody.
Yeah,
and now they got
him.
I think you're right. Now they're like, fuck, we messed up on that one. But that, I don't know. Unless there's some other inner working things there with the team, but it doesn't make any sense because he didn't do anything last year.
He can't jump over a phone book, dude.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he can't really play defense. He doesn't really do.
The only thing he's good for was trolling Giannis that one game.
Yeah.
Which was cool. That was awesome.
He was about as useful as DeAndre Jordan on the Nuggets. Like, he just sat there. He didn't do anything.
DeAndre Jordan played a couple big finals minutes. Harrell couldn't even do that.
I mean, but no real production. Didn't do anything. Even when he was on the court, like
he had a block in whatever finals game, and I think he had 2 points. That's more than Harrell could do.
But that's what I'm saying, which is like bad.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. Unless he fits way more in Nick Nurse's scheme now. We're like, damn, all right.
He is so far from like the Nick Nurse type of player. Slow, doesn't play defense.
He's about to cut down 15 pounds, start running back and forth on that court. I can picture it now.
If Montrezl Harrell cuts 15 pounds and is agile and can run, jump, can get early position on a fast break, I will do 5 shots tonight on this pod.
Well, that's very subjective. I mean,
No, it's going to be easy to tell if he can run and jump and get in a position on a fast break. That's not subjective.
I'm ready for this bet. I'm locking it in. But no, it's
getting ready for the big Montrez chase down block.
If he has 1 chase down block, or not, let me say 3 chase down blocks all season. I already said 5 shots bananas. I'll drink a pint of warm milk on the pod.
Oh, God.
That's not going to happen.
At least it'll be cold out by then.
Sure, the warm milk might be nice in December.
Yeah.
But,
so just about do it for the Sixers.
No.
Just happy about Pat Bev.
Yep, we got to talk some more
Pat
Bev, dude.
Yeah. There was some Pat Bev stuff.
Yeah, so we got to talk a little bit of Pat Bev. Got announced the other day. Got his press conference. My man was doing pottery at the Bach building, right? And had a couple really noteworthy quotes. Some were just Pat Bev being Pat Bev, generally just having a good time, being a good dude. But a couple were really Philly quotes that will echo with Philly fans and will really make us remember why we got this guy in this first place. Let me pull up these quotes. So the first one I'm going to read was him talking about the pottery class he took in Philly and how that made him realize just right away how much he vibes with the city. This is from Kyle Newbeck of the Philly Voice. Does a great job covering the team. So Pat Bev talking about his pottery class. The ladies from the pottery made it easy. Like I was from there. Like I was a student. Gave me shit. Gave me a hard time. Like, yeah, you doing this shit wrong. But it's okay. It's your first time. Very honest with me. I love that about the city. Already, the honesty of it. You appreciate that as a human. Just already taking pottery, having people tell him he's doing shit wrong, and he's cool with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've always been a giant fan of Pat Bev, and have said for a while now,
sir.
Like we can't wait to get him, and it's just as exciting to see that he's here, and he will. I mean, I don't think we've seen another player that has assumed the role of a Philadelphian as quickly as he has. I mean, we just tried to talk about it before the podcast of like what other free agent has come in here, putting all like Philly sports legends aside, that has come to Philly and assumed the role of a true, like has just fallen in love with us and we fall in love with him. I try to think about it too off that. I don't know. I could not tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryce Harper loves the city, but he's not like, doesn't have that grit and tenacity and shit talker in him. Like Pat Bev is already ready to. I feel like if you got into a bar fight and Pat Bev was there with you, he would fight with you.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
man.
Like-
He'd be breaking a bottle on someone's face.
Pat Bev would go to jail for you.
Right. Honestly, I'm gonna get that on a shirt.
Yeah, that should be our first shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other quotes real quick that he had. So the next one that he had, I'm going to read, was him just talking about how he got to the NBA, which is very just quintessential Philly, just working hard, just grinding. My road to get here was very different than anyone else's. My road to get here was predicated on a foundation that was built on hard work. Now that I'm here, that shit don't change no matter what my salary is. My work ethic will be the same. It's going to be work hard, work hard, work hard, and that's all I know. If that doesn't echo Philly, man, I don't know what
Nothing
does.
does. Mm-mm.
That's my man, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just a hardworking guy. Was drafted, I believe, 2nd round in his draft. He was talking about this on his pod, that if you were to redraft the 2009 NBA draft, he'd be a top 10 pick. He started calling dudes trash from that draft.
Yeah.
That got drafted way before him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's my guy, dude. Just grinded his way to a long NBA career.
I guess one of the only people I would think of would be, and I hate to keep bringing it up because I feel bad that we had to let him go, but would be Jimmy Butler. I mean, Jimmy Butler fit right into Philadelphia that way.
It's a 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had that grit, but unfortunately, it's no longer here, but that was a good run.
Yeah, and then our last Pat Bev quote, speaking of Jimmy Butler, some say the guy we should have kept Jimmy Butler instead of eventually ending up with this guy, who we've talked about at length, James Harden. So Pat Bev wants James Harden back. He says, you can't redo a James Harden. So hell yeah, you want him here. Hell yeah, you want him in the locker room. Hell yeah, you want him first day of practice. One of my decisions coming here was because James Harden was here. So I hope he stays. Hope that everybody can kind of work something out and put that behind us and kind of move forward. I think it's important. They asked him what his message was to try to get James back. James, I love you, bro. Stay. But yeah, James is a really good friend of mine. Really, really, really good friend of mine. Our moms are best friends. Me coming to the NBA with Houston, it was me and him. 6 years, my starting buddy. I'm very familiar with James. I'm excited to kind of get it going. He knows I'm here. So we'll see. So, guess that brings me back to the last Sixers thing that probably worth talking about. Is the latest with Harden. All signs kind of point to him coming back. The Sixers want him back. Pat Bev wants him back. Embiid spoke for the first time, I think, since the season ended, said he would take him back. Seems like he's coming back. What y'all think?
I mean, everything else you just said on par, and the fact that there's really seemingly no market for him. So we're not going to get what we want in a trade. So I think we got him.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I mean, I don't think that there's any offers out there that are going to be enough for what Morey's willing to accept. And because it is a contract year for him, I don't think they're as concerned about him just, quiet quitting, as they call it these days. Mm-hmm. So I think ultimately he's going to end up back here for another year. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you all. All signs are kind of pointing to him coming back. I think the good thing about that is that it is just this 1 year opt-in, right? Like, we aren't paying him beyond this year. So if he has another year where he's not great and kind of shits the bed in the playoffs, we aren't tied to him anymore.
No. But you got, I mean, if he does come back, that roster does look improved from last year.
I think it would compete in the East, yeah.
Definitely. Still got Toby, you still got Maxey, Embiid, Harden, PJ, which I'm happy we still have, obviously, because of that contract he signed last year. But then you got Pat Bev. Mo Bamba was a surprise, which was nice. I mean, the team looks good. B-Ball Paul came back. It really hinges on him. We sink or we swim if James Harden comes back or not.
Yeah, if he comes back and is halfway decent, which...
And is happy to be back. I mean, you won't know. If he comes back and has a terrible press conference and is like, yeah, I come back, and you'll be able to tell right away. But I feel like if he comes back and is like, I'm ready to roll, then it's like, oh, okay, I feel a lot better now that he came back. I don't want him to come back begrudgingly. Yeah. I want him to be happy that he's back in Philly and that he just tried to make a business decision for the end of his career this whole summer.
Yeah, I think hopefully the fact that the teammates have all been lobbying for him to come back, like they've been partying with him at Michael Rubin's parties and whatnot, like hopefully that means something to him. And he figures, okay, yeah,
I can do it one more year. Come on,
I can do it one more year. And honestly, he shouldn't even really be mad at the Sixers. It's not their fault that he didn't have any value to Houston or to the Clippers or anything like that. So
we did what he wanted. We got rid of Doc.
Yeah, we got rid of Doc. We're bringing in Harrell, who was his boy. Pat Bev, who was his boy. We brought in PJ Tucker, Dan House. We're bringing in all his guys, man. Yeah. So we'll see. He is probably going to be back. I was going to say we'd take bets on it, but I think we're all in agreement that he'll be here.
More likely than not. Yeah.
So, a couple quick notes on the Flyers, I guess. They signed Cam York and Noah Cates to 2-year deals. Not a whole lot to talk about there. Pretty standard stuff. I mean, I guess you could argue that maybe they should have tried to lock them up for longer, but I don't think that they're quite at the, level that you'd want to do that. We've certainly been burned by that enough lately.
Yeah, I think the 2-year deals on both of them make sense, right? Because you figure the next time you're really going to evaluate how ready this team is in a couple of years when Mishkov comes over and when whoever we draft the next couple of years are ready, when Gautier's really ready to take off. And you want to make sure at that point that you know who these guys are and if they are worthy of a longer extension at that point, you do it. It's called a bridge deal for a reason. It's a bridge to the next time that these guys are ready to extend a contract, and it's a bridge to when you think your team's going to be ready to compete and what you need to do from there.
Yeah, and then they sign Alexei Kolosov to an entry-level contract. Another goalie. This was a guy that they drafted him in 2021. And has been playing in the KHL, but he's now signed, though will play in the KHL this year.
Didn't they fuck up that deal, though, the KHL? We signed him, or who was the goalie?
Oh, that was for the other guy.
The other guy?
Fedotov. I don't know what's going on. That's like, that whole situation's very weird.
There was a gentleman's agreement that the KHL broke, so then they're... I heard two things. Either A, it doesn't mean anything, or B, the fact that they broke the gentleman's agreement that we were able to sign him as well, but then have the agreement to wait, but then they broke it, should give us leverage to maybe cut down the guy that we just drafted's deal with the KHL.
Really?
Yeah, because they had a fucked up, like, I don't know.
That'd be cool.
You can't be fucking with gentleman's agreement, though, with Russia. Like, that clearly hasn't served anybody well in the past. So I feel like, it's like...
The Grizzly Bears are coming.
Yeah, but again, so now we got 8 goalies on this team now.
Yeah, but this guy with the sounds of it, he seems like he will probably be our best goalie prospect.
3-year deal's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I mean he put up pretty good numbers in the KHL last year, and he's also the team that he's playing for is not very good, so they're probably deflated a little bit by playing in front of a bad defense. So, all the reports about him have been pretty glowing in terms of just his ability, his like athleticism, all this kind of stuff. Seems like he checks a lot of the boxes for what can be a very good goalie in the NHL. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then, Tony DeAngelo is still a Flyer as of now.
Jesus Christ.
Deal that we've had to go back and forth on this each pod. It was like, oh, yeah, he's getting dealt. Oh, no, correction, he's not getting dealt. Oh, no, he is getting dealt. It just hasn't happened yet officially. Now, I don't know. I guess what they're saying here is that the Canes are in on Erik Karlsson. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if they
I saw that yesterday.
So if they end up trading for him, then Tony DeAngelo becomes redundant. There's no reason for them to do it. So I don't know how long we have to wait to see if they're... the Penguins are the other team that's in on Karlsson, so maybe if the Penguins swoop in and get him, then...
Please do us a favor for once.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it might be too much to ask that now, because we already had Ron Hextall go in and ruin their team, so...
True.
But, yeah. So, hopefully that still happens. As of now, Tony DeAngelo is still a member of the Philadelphia Flyers. But some funny bit of news... I guess this was yesterday or maybe the day before.
I think 2 days ago at this point.
Yeah, they have an introductory press conference with Garnett Hathaway, and one of the Flyers' social media team members gets caught on a hot mic. I actually think I have. Let me see if I can play this here.
Hi, Garnett. I was just wondering, as a veteran with a relatively successful NHL career, what makes the Flyers, who are in a rebuild state, a destination that was designed?
How many times are you going to ask this fucking question? When I look at it, it's an organization.
Hi, Garnett.
Oh, man.
I heard someone in the background saying, the Flyers suck.
How would you want to come here? It's like... Yeah, it's so funny. Some people are kind of... I mean, of course, the team came out and posted like an apology for it and all this kind of shit, but it's pretty funny. I mean, I'm sure, like, I kind of feel bad for whoever that reporter was asking the question, but, like, I'm sure everyone gets talked shit on behind the scenes all the time. I mean, and it just happened this one got caught and someone forgot to mute their Zoom or whatever the fuck.
Like that would be my luck. I come back after a couple lunch beers and I'm like, the fuck are they talking about? Bang, they got my ass. Beers. Yeah, what? Not now, obviously, but a couple years ago, obviously, yeah.
Thursdays. So you still be drinking lunch beers at work?
Not anymore. I've changed. I'm reformed. But, I mean...
I've changed my ways.
Yeah. Now I'm moving up. Big things. But prior, fuck yeah. You come, it's hot as shit out. You're working up a sweat. Fuck that. I'm not getting paid that much. I'm going to have a fucking beer.
I remember when the pandemic first started and, like, the work from home thing started. And I was like, oh, this is such a novelty. I can, like, this is so fun. I can like crack a beer open a little bit before I'm done. I'm like, dude, I'm doing my job and I'm drinking a beer. This is so crazy. And then it's like, oh no, this is just permanent. This is what's going to be.
Especially when they send you the nice
it's
little
not fun anymore.
they send you like the knockoff Yeti for coffee. I'm like, oh yeah, see they, at lunch
yeah.
I'm like, I'm
They
just
know
drinking
what
my
this-
iced coffee. That's all it is.
They know what that's
Come on
really
now.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to get distracted, but lunch beers. Had to question that. But yeah, as far as like that whole sequence went down with the reporter asking the question and people talking shit. I mean, I think it was one of the Eagles beat writers. I think it was Jimmy Kempski tweeted out like, "Oh yeah, I make fun of the way people ask dumbass questions at press conferences all the time, but I don't do it like that, just that loudly and that blatantly."
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, the guy knows he got like, or the guy didn't know his mic was hot, and like knowing it now, he probably regrets it. But at the same time, man, if you're in front of a mic, you do have to be careful.
Also, you're in the reporting room. Like I feel like you have to just assume every mic is hot. Just as
Yeah,
like a
someone's
rule of
gonna
thumb.
pick that shit up,
someone's
yeah.
gonna pick that shit up and
Yeah.
play it.
I mean, this must have been like over Zoom or something. But
Yeah, the video of Hathaway
looks like he's just in a
choppy,
hotel room
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's pretty funny. I guess that's about it for the Flyers. Like that would have bothered me if it was, or it would have been more pathetic if it was last year when like Chuck Fletcher was still in charge. And it was just like another thing to show how
True.
dysfunctional. But
That's a
now
good
it's like,
point. Yeah.
fuck it, they're rebuilding. They got Mishkov.
Yeah.
They can do whatever stupid other shit they want. I don't really give
They've
a
had
fuck.
a great off season.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
So did you guys see the Deebo Samuel thing?
Oh hell yeah! I saw the Deebo Samuel thing. I know
That-
Pat saw the Deebo Samuel
Mhm.
thing. He's sitting here stewing right now.
I mean, I've said this. I think it was around the draft how I feel about San Fran, but I'll let the play on the field speak for itself. But they're just a bitch ass, sorry ass organization.
Yeah, I guess for those who don't know what we're talking about, this was Deebo Samuel was on the Zach was on the show with Zach Gelb on CBS Sports Radio. Actually, hold on, I actually have this too.
Eagles and back at the Super Bowl at Sirius, where if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, you guys would have won that game by double digits. Why would that have been the case?
I don't know that's old.
So do you not still believe that?
I mean, I do, but I mean, we're not. That shit is like we're not gonna keep talking about it. I mean, I said what I said.
Gotcha. So then what happens this year when you play Philly on December 3rd?
I don't know. Just wait till week 13, 12, whatever we get in. We'll show you.
Well, then you know how that's going to go down. You're going into Philadelphia. Those fans are going to be booing you loud. You have a message for Eagles fans?
Hey guys,
Bitch, telling you, he ain't
Yeah.
ready.
Alright, we're good to go.
This is just the PR
What
person
do you
comes
mean? We
on.
have Deebo on right now.
Yeah, I know, but we're gonna head into camp right now.
Are you serious? Okay. Thank you. There you go.
Sorry ass.
Yeah.
That's so
That
lame.
is so fucking funny.
I-
And like it wasn't all he has to do is say some like cliche shit like, oh well, the team they played last year isn't the real us and they're gonna be in for blah blah blah, just like whatever fucking stupid shit. But he's so fucking mad.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He got mad before he even got to the last question. But which great,
You could tell he's
great
getting
job
more
for
and
that
more
reporter
angry.
because he
Yeah.
knew he fucking had the fork in his ribs, just digging away.
That reporter
Of course.
sounds like a Philly guy, man.
I think he's from.
Hold on, Zach Gelb, is he related to Matt Gelb?
I don't know. I don't really know who this guy is.
Okay.
San Fran. They're not ready for this fucking smoke because come December we're both going to be in playoff push mode. You know what I mean?
I
Well,
don't think-
potentially. I mean, if they
they
are
might
who
be
they
in,
are,
They might be in it for a wild card. I don't think they're going to be that good.
if they
this
are
year.
who they think they are, as supposedly everybody in San Fran thinks, on the team at least,
They aren't.
I cannot wait till that game. There's very few games I get amped up about that aren't playoff games. Obviously, my fucking nipples get hard whenever it's a divisional game at home. That shit gets me riled up. But San Fran coming to Philly, whoo-wee, that is like a chef's kiss of a rematch game.
Is the Arizona game in Philly?
That's in Philly
Yeah,
too.
it's in
We have
Philly.
every like.
Damn.
You know what I think about? I think about the meme with like the Grim Reaper. Not that we are like revenge that way, but it's just to shut these fucking people up. Like,
Yeah, Johnny Gans, shut up.
yeah, it just feels
the whole
good.
San Francisco 49ers,
Mhm.
get out of here with that
You know
shit.
what would be incredible? I can picture it now. It's like a mild December day. It's a fairly close game in the first half. Maybe San Fran goes up 10-0. They start getting a little crazy on the sideline. No big deal. The fans are getting a little bit rowdy now because it's getting a little on edge. We get close, 7-10 now, halftime. Second half comes around and Deebo blows out his fucking leg. That would be perfect because then he's a little bitch ass getting carted off the field. And then we can just boo him, throw shit at him when he comes into the fucking locker room. Fucking bitch. Misses the whole rest of the season. Can't even play the playoffs. Then there's more excuses. Hargrave probably gets 2 sacks, so shout out, miss him. He'll probably do pretty good against that O-line. But
Hey, we got Jalen Carter. Who needs him?
But yeah, I can see it now. And then I'll have more excuses. Fuck that whole team. I hate San Fran.
Yeah, big loser energy over here. Did you guys... there is another funny thing that's like not related to anything Eagles, but it's just NFL thing that is very funny is this shit with like Giants fans trying to like troll Kadarius Toney.
What?
Which is hilarious because the dude
the guy that just won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I know. The guy got traded. He won the Super Bowl, but it is.
And caught a touchdown, I think.
Here's the funny thing.
Yeah,
This guy,
he had the big punt return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
and that one little shovel pass bullshit, I think too. That little like screen pass to the right, and then they did it to the left.
Yep. He was one.
He
of
had
them.
one of them.
Yeah, he was caught one of those. What's this now?
So this was I guess this guy's a Giants fan. This dude on Twitter, his name is Kayvon Ojulari, posted this thing of him sending Kadarius Toney some DMs, just like fucking with him, and then he like replies back with like voice DMs. So this is after this guy DMs Kadarius Toney and says, your music is trash, you bust bitch. It says you miss Daniel Jones, that's why you're mad, huh? And this is what eventually this hold on.
You talking about miss Danny Jones? Apparently he missed me, fuck ass nigga. I can show you the call log, bitch ass nigga. He calling me, blowing me up, fuck nigga. Fuck you talking about, hoe ass nigga. I don't give a fuck about no music shit you talking about, bitch ass nigga. You ain't slid on no block. You ain't pulled up on me yet. You ain't talking about shit within my DM, nigga. Pull up, nigga, or shut the fuck up.
And this guy says, nobody misses you sitting on the sideline.
Stop calling me then if you don't miss me, fuck ass nigga. With your pussy ass on my DM, nigga, unless you dropping an addy, fuck nigga.
Yeah, so that's Kadarius.
Hell
Damn.
yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
He really came for this guy.
And then of course, today he posted that he got hacked.
Yeah,
Dude, you did not get hacked, man. That's definitely you.
Why does he have to be defensive like that?
I don't know. It's just funny.
If someone comes at you like that, you should just be able to say whatever you want.
I
don't like that about leagues that they expect these guys to be like just such upstanding citizens all the time.
I would drop my address though just to see what would happen. I'm not gonna lie. I would be like, all right, here we go. Let's see, fuck around, find out. I'll be sitting on my stoop drinking a beer, like, damn, I regret this immediately. If like fucking, I don't know, Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa showed up, I'd be like, well, in this moment, I regret everything I ever said about San Fran. But honestly, that's my decision to make. I would drop that shit. Maybe the guy is a pussy ass. If he didn't drop the address, he's got him right there. Dead to rights. Super Bowl ring, Patty Mahomes. Damn.
Yeah, can't really say stuff. I do think it's just hilarious in general. Like almost like I would never say that I like respect Giants fans, but I do think it's kind of hilarious that to just troll a guy who just won the Super Bowl
and say he misses Daniel Jones.
He missed Daniel Jones.
Like it'd be one thing if like he went from.
It's just so ridiculous that I almost respect it.
Like if he went from having like Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback, like yeah, you might miss Aaron Rodgers. Like granted, Mahomes is better, but just using that as a broad example, it's Daniel Jones.
I also find it so on par for Daniel Jones to be the guy that if someone does he blows him up on. I can see. He said he's blowing up my phone all the time. Is he though? But I could picture Daniel Jones.
Probably is.
He's that guy that's
he's
like
probably texting him like, "Hey man,
babe, I miss you." Yeah,
it's like, bro, I miss you, bro.
It's 2 a.m. He's like, "You up?" Yeah, shit like that.
It's like, dude, remember that one TD?
He's watching the pictures of Kadarius Toney and Pat Mahomes just taking pictures on the field with confetti. He's like, this could have been us.
Yep.
I miss you, babe. Yeah, blowing his phone. He's blowing my phone. He said it twice. That means that he definitely is calling him up all the time. Jesus. And that Kadarius Toney's just ignoring it for whatever reason. It's not like Daniel Jones made him leave.
Yeah.
Damn, that shit cracks me up.
Yeah, that
I love
was funny.
it. Oh, I love that shit. One time I got a fist pump emoji back from B-Dog on Instagram. That was
Oh, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
really.
the highlight of my life. That was it. Yeah. I wish he called me out. That'd have been sick. I would have definitely had him. Now, if for some reason, which I never would, but gave shit to B-Dog and he responded that way, it was like, give me your address. I'm going to pull up. 100%. Yeah, 1603 Jackson. I'm here, baby. Whatever you want. Just, I would think it hit from B-Dog.
You might not live to tell a story.
It would be totally worth it.
He would rock. You,
I'd be
man.
sitting
he
there,
would
my-
rock any of us. He'd rock all three of us at once.
I would sit there in my Eagles jersey just ready for it. Like, this is amazing. I've made it, baby. But damn, that's hysterical.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't get why leagues are like, yeah, this guy was talking shit on our players and our players can't retaliate. You can retaliate verbally. I don't know if you need to go making threats, but like...
Well, I think the problem is that you get caught, like, if the message deletes after so long, no big deal. But I feel like you said, you can't protect everything someone says about, like, they're humans. Like, that's what you do. You just get mad.
he
and you
shouldn't
react.
be being like, yeah, I'll pull up at your address, but he's allowed to talk shit and
I
be
find that
himself, man.
Yeah.
Also, it's in context. You're telling me he's going to have somebody, he's going to show up from the middle of KC to fucking New York at this
He might
random
still live in New
fucking
York.
jabron's address in New York talking
That'd be
shit.
hilarious.
Come on. Just the realisticness of it, it ain't going to happen. But the league, I could see him getting fined for this shit.
That's corny.
For no
Roger
reason.
Goodell, man, your boy. Your favorite draft. Your boy.
Hey. Now the draft, come on now. I like the draft, would 100% do without Roger Goodell. Fucking hate Roger Goodell.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's important that the commissioner be part of the draft.
It's just weird. He's hugging everybody.
Trying to
Yeah.
dap people up like he's cool when he can't even say their name. The
His
fuck
fucking-
outta here.
Just
He's
let some celebrity from wherever it is that people like be the person, you know, so whoever.
Also, like,
Not Macklemore. Yeah, it was so funny that during the All-Star game, their like celebrity
He's washed.
promoter guy was Macklemore.
And he-
That's the best Seattle celebrity they can find.
They should have brought back hologram Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
It's like,
should have had Frasier.
yeah, they should have.
Fucking yeah. We got like a couple minutes. So we want to talk about the match of the century.
Yeah. We played
some
day to be
bets.
determined.
Zuck versus Musk.
Musk versus Musk.
Musk versus Zuck.
I got my money on Zuck.
Oh yeah, I think this is.
This blubbery ass Musk, dude.
I mean, this is going to be like, Zuckerberg minus 1,000 and Musk plus like 500 or some shit. Like,
What I think they should do to make it interesting, if we're not going to do fight to the death, I think that the other option would be that they both make their own like little Iron Man suit or some shit like that in the Coliseum, and then fight. That would be kind of sick.
is that what? So what is like someone in Italy, so like what is like the prime minister
Parliament.
of Italy? The
Parliament was
yeah.
like, yeah, fuck it, you guys like come in here. Now
Yeah, they
someone
said they would do it at
They
the
have
Coliseum.
that. What's her name? Who's their president?
is it a woman?
It is.
I don't remember.
Isn't it some
Not
like
the
isn't it
president,
Mus-
but the prime
no,
minister.
Isn't it like Mussolini's fucking
That's
granddaughter?
Right. Yeah.
Something
I think
like
you're
that.
Yeah, or great granddaughter, maybe
It's,
just granddaughter.
something Maloney. Fucking Georgia Maloney.
Her,
Yeah.
she's like a far right nut.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
is why
it's
she's
kinda
like,
nutso.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
she is Mussolini's
Yeah.
offspring. Yeah.
It's
'cause
just like fucking what's it called? Who's the last one that was using that shit? Crazy ass dude. He had like fucking his whole family and
We're
shit.
talking about Berlusconi.
in Italy? No. We're talking about like
Like,
emperors.
long time ago.
hmm The last one where it kind of ended because he was fucking everybody, and then everybody got low.
About the last Roman emperor.
hmm
I don't know what the last one was.
Not the last one, but the one that had all. He like the Colosseum got used round the clock with this dude.
I don't know. That could be a lot of.
I can't think of it. You got to give me some
Yeah, I
time
don't
here.
know.
I got nothing on that one. But anyway, Nero.
Oh, Nero.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
that guy was a freak.
The fucking fiddle guy.
Mm-hmm.
While the city burned
Mhm.
or whatever the fuck.
But yeah, so about this, right? Like initially, this just started as something where they just tweeted at each other. Now, Twitter's acting out. Twitter's being a bitch. Then Zuck goes and launches Threads,
Mm-hmm.
and then don't you know, Threads goes down right away, or Meta, all of Meta goes down right away, and Musk is threatening to sue. So this went from just some nonchalant Twitter beef to full on, they're ready to brawl, dude. What is this all about?
They really should treat them as like true gladiators. So you spend a week in a cage in the Coliseum, eating nothing but bread, get him a little riled up.
I think Musk would win in that case because he has more to live off of. He's a big dude.
But Zuck is kind of a robot, though, so it would test that boundary of like, is this guy
Zuck's
real?
the guy who needs like the fucking green shake in the morning and all these other.
He ain't getting that.
Get them all wild.
He's got all the dirt.
I want them all wild
stuff.
I want them wild. You know what I mean? Get them all riled up a little bit, and then have them fight. Because then you get the real fight happens. You know what I mean? We're talking fight to the death.
Rub some hot peppers in their eyeballs.
Get them tigers out there a little bit on the chains. You know what I mean? Get them make sure they stay near each other and shit. I'm talking like full on gladiator
get the
mode.
grizzly bears, man. Put them in the Russian wilderness.
Full on gladiator shit. That would be awesome. But then you could also get like a dirty martini while you're watching this fight go down. Like that'd be sick.
Is it supposed to be it's not like a boxing match. It would be like a MMA sort of thing.
I think
is that what the idea is? Because
they're doing it all wrong. I'm telling you, you could make way more money watching these guys fight if you did it. What I'm saying.
With wait, what exactly?
Like an actual gladiator match
with like swords and shit.
Well, or just
whatever's lying around.
Whatever's there. You know what I mean? Whatever's there.
A little ball and chain.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking sick. I would go to Italy to watch that shit. Eating some fucking olives and stuff. Look at these idiots.
Yo, this shit isn't actually going to happen, though.
I bet you it will. Maybe not that way, but probably the UFC style where like they're in the little cage and, Musk will definitely tap out like a little bitch, but Zuck, after Musk was like calling him out, Zuck like posted a picture of him like water skiing with 2 UFC champions.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Zuckerberg would take it more seriously. I think Elon Musk is just like too stupid to understand how to even approach this.
Different weight classes though, so that could play a factor.
Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk, his best chance is if he can just find a way to like lie on top of him
and
suffocate him until Zuckerberg taps out.
Cover himself in olive oil and just go ham.
Damn, he's a lot taller than him. I'm sitting here Googling it.
Yeah, what's the tail of the tape?
I didn't look up their weights, but Zuckerberg's 5'7".
He's
Musk
a short guy.
is 6'1". That's a pretty big difference. He's got
What's
reach.
His weight?
Musk got
What's
a
his
reach
weight?
advantage.
6'1" and what?
His weight's not going to be on here. How much does Elon Musk weigh?
It's got to be. Someone's got to have that info.
This is going to be fake news, though. There's no way.
Yeah.
No way these guys have their actual weight,
like
public information.
This says he weighs between 185 and 200. Oh, hold up. TMZ has. Oh my God. Elon Musk weight advantage, biggest hold up in MMA fight versus Zuckerberg. This is a couple weeks old. But in fighting, size matters a lot. Elon is 6'1" and reportedly weighs between 185 and 200 pounds. As for the Facebook founder, he's just 5'7" and reportedly weighs around 155 pounds. That's a pretty big difference. If you believe Musk he's between 185 and 200. That's saying he weighs the same as me. I don't believe that. That guy is massive. Musk.
Zuck's got about my weight.
I don't believe any of this.
Yeah.
5'6"?
Zuck probably is about your weight. But Musk, there's no way Musk is the same weight as me. He's probably like 250 pounds.
I mean, big time. I mean, I seen that picture of him in his yacht last year, and he was looking all like a what are those
Dick,
white whales? Not an orca.
He looked like Moby Dick.
What are them weird looking ones?
Moby Dick.
Is that? Yeah.
It's called Moby Dick.
Looking like a big old dick, just sitting there, looking all pale. Mm-mm.
But yeah, like if those statistics are correct, then yeah, Musk probably just sit on.
He's got the weight class. That's the thing. It's you're fighting out of your weight class. So
Zuck needs to stop being a bitch and just be confident that he could rock him.
You got a welterweight, and then you got like a.
Well, I feel like it's an endurance thing too. I think if Zuckerberg could, just kind of
play defense,
dance around, do like Mayweather style, just kind of dance around, play defense, let the other guy wear himself out.
That's why I
don't think Musk has got the endurance.
He'll be out of breath after 2 rounds.
Yeah,
man.
That's why you gotta get him a little hungry first.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
if you're gonna have it in the Coliseum, it should be House rules. We're throwing this shit way back. We're throwing bread into the crowd. We're bringing on the lions and tigers and bears and shit in there. Getting them all yipped up. We're having a pre-fight of actual gladiators. You know, some shit like that. That would be awesome. It would be gruesome and horrific and totally inhumane. But
That'd be incredible.
if anybody could fund it...
Then they would both die, potentially.
Wouldn't it be the first billionaire this year?
Yeah, they get buried with the Titanic guys.
Mm-hmm.
True. Well, those guys didn't get buried. They just blew up at the bottom
Oh,
of the
yeah,
sea.
they're not...
Vaporized.
But I get your
Ceremonial
point.
burial,
I get your point.
Or we throw it way, way back and we fill that bitch up with water. The Coliseum at one point did have a ship battle in there.
Oh, they put the water... They have a little water battle.
Mm-hmm.
A little...
For I don't know whose birthday it was. New Year's birthday. They like reenacted a old war scene with 2 big boats and shit in there. I got ideas. Put me on that fucking event planner. I will plan this shit out right now. You kidding me? Damn.
Well, hey, if whoever's booking this, what's her name?
Giorgia Maloney.
Yeah, Giorgia Maloney. Maloney, Giorgia Maloney, if you're listening. We got your event planner right here. His name's Patrick Masluck.
Locking
from
it
South
down.
Philadelphia.
We will all show up, but I want my own box. For all of us. A live...
Yeah, we're coming through.
The live podcast?
We're going to live pod there in Italy. I got to get my passport yet. Or she could probably sneak me in illegally. She's a politician.
Easy money.
Yeah.
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 Let's
I
make it
mean,
happen.
she doesn't seem like the type that's big on sneaking in illegal immigrants.
It's true. Her grandfather was Mussolini.
That's
yeah.
true. All right, well, I might have to just watch on Zoom then because I don't have a passport.
Yeah. Was she actually... I'm like trying to...
I feel like
I
she
thought
was.
so.
I think I remember hearing this.
Because her party's like the right wing, like
got elected.
fascist kind of group. They
yeah,
were like,
I know. They are very... I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, I think that'll just about do it for us tonight here. Please send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com. Leave us a review and a 5-star rating wherever you listen to your podcasts. And from everyone here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Peace.
see ya.